Hi, welcome again to another edition of Petite Palette Quick Takes. And today we're going to be cooking the yam. And yam is a great source of vitamin A for little babies. It's easy on their tummies. It's nice and sweet without having to add any sugar. And it tastes delicious. So let's get started. We're going to be making it two ways today. We're going to roast one in the oven and one we're going to boil on the stove top. You could choose whichever method you like. It produces really delicious results either way. And first we're going to start off on the stove top. And now I'm going to start boiling, I don't know, maybe about a cup and a half of water in a small pot for the small yam. And for a little kid, that's really all they need. Now, this is just plain water, but you could also use chicken stock, vegetable stock, or if you know the kid's a little bit older, you can add a little bit of spices in there. But for now, this is just plain old water. I'm going to put in one sprig of fresh parsley. And this is Italian flat leaf parsley, and one sprig of thyme. And while that's coming to a boil, I just want to make sure that I have my yam cut. Now, I'm going to show you how to slice it, and sorry for the bouncing camera. So right now I just peeled it before, and now I'm just going to slice it and cut it up into small pieces because then it'll cook much quicker. Now, this is about a ½ inch rough cubes. It doesn't have to look good because at the end we're just going to wind up pureeing it or smashing it depending on your baby's age. So we just take this and put it into the cold water on the stove. And general rule of thumb, if it grows underground, then you want to put it in cold water, bring it up to a boil. A lot of impurities will come to the top, and then you can skim it off. If it grows above the ground, you want to have a rolling boil, and then you put the vegetables in the hot water. Okay, while that's coming to a boil, I'm going to prepare the roasting pan. So what I have here is a small, durable roasting pan. I preheated the oven to about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have mine on convection bake. You can do this in a regular bake setting as well. I just like the convection because it works a little faster. Now I take a little bit of olive oil, and if you prefer not, you can do water on the bottom as well. Olive oil is perfectly good for little kids. Just make sure it's extra virgin olive oil and there's no junk in it. Just drizzle a little on the bottom. Again, I'm going to take my yam. And I'm going to cut this one. I washed it, I clipped the ends off, and I'm going to slice it down the middle. Okay, so now you still have the skin on, it's been washed. Take another sprig of fresh thyme. This is all optional again. I'm going to take some fresh parsley and just put it on the bottom. This just adds a little bit of extra flavor for them. And then, you know what, on this, I think I'm going to use a little cinnamon, make it a little different. You can tell I use a lot of cinnamon to keep it ready and on hand. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little cinnamon on the uncooked yam. And what I like to do with the yam sometimes, or with potatoes or anything going in the oven, I just kind of score it a little bit down the middle. It helps for, I just find that it cooks faster. And then what we do is we place it the flesh side down into the mixture. A little olive oil on top. And we're good to go into the oven. I'm going to set my timer for, oh goodness, maybe 30 minutes for the roasting. And I'm just going to keep an eye on the boiling potato, sweet potato. And when they're ready, we'll come right back and show you how to prepare it into baby food.